Hi children, good morning. Now see the workbook part of our food 11th lesson, that is producing food. First one, it's an exercise time. Tick mark the correct answer with the right mark. Now here three are there children. Now let's see the first one. The process of loosening the soil is called. The process of loosening the soil is called. So what is that? That is plowing. The process of loosening the soil is called plowing. B is the right answer. Next one, it is used for harvesting. Harvesting means to cut. So which of the instrument is used to it is used for harvesting? Sickle, kurpi and harrow. So what is the right answer? So the right answer is sickle. So I am keeping right mark for sickle. Third one, it organizes many workshops and radio programs for farmers. So which one organizes many workshops and radio programs for farmers? So which one children? Government. Okay, so C is the right answer. Okay. Children, now see the fill in the blanks. First one, weeds can be removed by using a dash or dash, trawl or harrow. T-R-O-W-L, trawl, or next one is harrow. H-A-R-R-O-W, harrow. Second one, sowing is the process of dash seeds in the soil. Planting. So this is planting. Sowing is the process of planting seeds in the soil. Third one, dash is the process of cutting and gathering ripe crops. Harvesting. Harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering ripe crops. Fourth one, soil is leveled with the help of a dash, leveler. L-E-V-E-L-E-R, leveler. Okay. Children, see the third bit, answer the following questions. First one, what are threshing and winnowing? Threshing is the process of separating grains from the harvested stalks of plants. Children, you know that after the crop production, we will get the crop. So that crop will be having the stalks. Now we have to separate the grains. How we will separate the grains? Either manually or with the help of machines. Manually means bullocks threading over them. So here threshing is the process of separating grains from the harvested stalks of plants with the help of machines or by bullocks threading over them. Next one is winnowing. Winnowing is the process of separating husk from seeds. So we will get the husk when we get the crop. Now we have to separate the husk. So how do we separate? We will separate the husk by dropping from a height so that the husk is separated. Seeds being heavier fall on the ground and husk is lighter weight. Okay, it is blown further away by wind. Okay. Children, now see the second question. Why do farmers plow the soil? So why do farmers plow the soil? Plowing improves the water holding capacity of the soil. So you know that when we plow the field, it improves the water holding capacity. So as the field is plowed, so it holds the water. When the field is not plowed, it won't hold the water. So plowing improves the water holding capacity of the soil, and it also uproots weeds. Weeds are the unwanted plants. Weeds are the unwanted plants and kill them. Plowing makes the soil airy. So when we plow the field, it makes the soil airy so that the roots of the plants grow in deeper and breathe. Okay. Children, now see the third question. What methods are used by farmers to maintain the fertility of soil? To maintain the fertility of the soil, so what are the methods that are used by farmers? Farmers add manure or fertilizers to the soil. So usually to get the good yield, the farmers what they will do? They will add manure or fertilizers to the soil to make it fertile. Manure is made from animal and plant waste, whereas fertilizers are made from chemicals like nitrogen and potassium. Okay.
Children, so coming to the fourth question in answer the following session of lesson 11, our food, part A, producing food. We were in the section third. We are in the section of third question, answer the following. Then coming to the fourth question. Okay. How are crops protected from insects and pests? How we can protect the crops from insects and pests? They damage the crops. So we have to protect the crops from pests or insects. How? Answer. Crops are protected from insects and pests by spraying pesticides carefully, as excess chemicals can affect the soil adversely. Means what? How we protect the crops from the damage caused by insects and pests? We have to spray, or farmers have to spray pesticides. Pesticides are substances that they use to spray to the crops to prevent them from the damage of insects and pests. But we should be careful while spraying the pesticide, because they are chemicals actually. So too much of that spraying of chemicals, it will harm the crops. So we should spray the pesticide to kill insects and pests. At the same time, you should do it carefully. Excess means more amount we should not spray, because it will affect the crops adversely in another way. It will harm it. So crops are protected from insects and pests by spraying pesticides, pesticides, pesticides carefully, as excess, excess, the more amount of it, overuse of it, chemicals can affect the soil adversely. If we spray more pesticides, what happens to the soil? Soil fertility, the quality will lose. Then it will be difficult for the crops to grow. So we should not spray pesticides more also. Fifth one, what do you mean by subsistence farming? So you learned about subsistence farming. What is that? Answer. In subsistence farming, many farmers have their own small fields. So farmers, they have small fields. What they will do, all the members of the family work in the field. It is a small field for the farmers. All the members in the family members, all of them, they work in the field. The yield means the production, what they get from that field, the production from this farming is enough only for the farmer's family, because it's a small field only, and family members together they work for that. Whatever product they get from the field, it will be so small, so it can be used only by the farmer's family only, because it's a small field, production is also small. So how are crops protected from insects and pests? Crops are protected from insects and pests by spraying pesticides carefully, as excess chemicals can affect the soil adversely. ADVERSCLY, adversely, or it affects harmful, or it affects in a bad way. Fifth one, what do you mean by subsistence farming? So in subsistence farming, many farmers have their own small field. Most of the farmers, they have small fields. All the members of the family work in the field. The yield, the production from this farming is enough only for the farmer's family. Okay. Small farmers depend on rain for the crops. Farmers, they depend on rain. If the rain not there, it affects the production of the crops. They do not have enough money. Most of these farmers, small farmers, they don't have money to buy seeds and fertilizers. So they borrow money from others to buy seeds and fertilizers. They do not have enough money, comma, so they borrow money to buy seeds and fertilizers. Fertilizers, fertilizers. Full stop. If the crops do not grow because of excessive rain, sometimes what happens, heavy rain comes and crops do not grow properly, or no rain, sometimes no rain also, it affects the crops. They are unable to repay the loan, so money they borrow from bank or some other people. What happens, if the crops production is there, then only they can repay the money back, or repay the money, they can pay the money back what they have took or borrowed, isn't it? So if there is no production, they won't able to pay the money back or the loan, and are forced to move out to cities in search of work. Then poor farmers, they have to move out from their village to some other cities in search of some job. They won't able to do the farming again there because of the financial problems, money problem. And if there is no rain or if there is heavy rain, the crops, they won't grow. Then whatever money they borrowed from others, the loan they took from the bank, they won't able to pay it. Then they have to move from the land to cities, and they have to search some job for to live. So what problems do the small farmers face in their life? Small farmers depend on rain for their crops. They do not have enough money, comma, so they borrow money to buy seeds and fertilizers. If the crops do not grow because of excessive rain or no rain, comma, they are unable to repay the loan and are forced to move out to cities in search of work. Okay, children? Yes, children. So the last question in the section 3rd, answer the following question is the 7th one. Write about harvesting. So what is harvesting? You have to write about that. Okay? Yes. So answer, harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering the crops. Harvest season, the season where production is there more. So harvesting is the process of cutting. Farmers cut and they gather the crops and they're reaping everything they do on the month or the season of harvesting, isn't it? Yes. Harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering the crops. Full stop. Crops are harvested with the help of a sickle or machines. Sickle, it's a hand tool, or farmers use this tool for cutting. So with the help of a sickle or machines, using machines they use for cutting. Then a crop must be harvested at the right time to obtain maximum production. To get maximum output, maximum production, crop must be harvested at the right time. The season, the correct time of that harvest season, the crops must be harvested. They should harvest it in the right time, then only they get the maximum amount of production, the yield or production from the farm, from the field. Okay, so write about harvesting. Harvesting is the process of cutting and gathering the crops. Crops are harvested with the help of a sickle or machines. A crop must be harvested at the right time to obtain maximum production. Okay. Yes, children. So next is HOTS. What is there in the HOTS question? Let's see. You have to think and answer to this question. Okay. Yes. So why should we store grains in fresh and clean bags instead of mixing them with old grains? So after farmers getting the production, when they get the product from the field, production, what happens? They collect all these grains, even if it is a paddy field, wheat, rice, whatever grains they collect first, isn't it? They collect and they keep in the sacks. Okay. So why the grains, fresh grains, why they are not mixing with the old grains and keep, why they are keeping the fresh grains in a clean bag? Why separate? Why? What's the reason? Answer, fresh grains have different properties with different varieties and moisture content. Fresh grains, the grains that they produce freshly, the fresh one, they are fresh, but the name itself we can say it is fresh. It has different property, the different varieties are there, and water content also, it is different. All the properties of the fresh grains are different from the old one, and hence they are not mixed with old grains and stored in clean bags. So that's the reason fresh grains they store in clean bags and they never mix it with the old grains. Because the fresh grains property they lose it when the old and fresh got mixed. Okay, so always the fresh grains farmers they store it in clean bags separately. They never mix with old grains, because fresh grains have different water content, different property, different varieties they have. So fresh grains have different properties with different varieties and moisture content. Moisture means water. Hence they are not mixed with old grains and stored in clean bags. For the safety of fresh grains, they store it in clean bags. Now coming to the value based question, children. What value do you learn from this lesson? Each lesson has a value. Yes, when we see the farmer working hard, we can say that hard work brings success, isn't it? Farmers, they are working hard for the whole country, isn't it? Yes, if they are working hard, then only we get food. Poor farmers are working hard for us. Daily we are eating food, rice, chapati, whatever we are eating. The source, the place where we get is, yes, actually starting, the beginning source, it is what? Farmers are cultivating all these things for us. If farmers are not doing any hard work, then what happens to us? We won't able to live, we won't able to get food. Yes, so can you recall any incident when you worked hard and achieved your goal? So farmers are working hard for the production of crops, and this climate also supports them. Otherwise, they suffer a lot. So they are working so hard. So can you remember any incident in your life where you worked hard and you become success? You achieved the goal. Example, for your exam, you worked hard and you got good marks. You scored very good marks, the top marks in the class. It's a success for you. Otherwise, your teacher gave you some project work to do. You day and night you worked hard for that, and you presented it before the teacher or before the principal. In the competition, you got the first prize or second prize, whatever. You achieved it. You got success. So like that, many incidents are there in everyone's life. So just remember about any incident where you worked hard, you worked a lot and you got success. Try to remember it and write about it. Okay. So working hard is a good quality. If we work hard, then we surely get success. Okay. Next, home assignment or project. Harvest festivals are celebrated all over the country by the farmers at the time of cutting the ripe crops. That is the time of harvest. So harvest festival all over the India. All the states in India celebrate harvest festival throughout the year. In different season it will be. Make a chart, harvest festivals of India, with attractive pictures and information and show it to your teacher. So make a chart and write the heading harvest festivals of India. Then you have to collect the pictures of these different harvest festival that Indians are celebrating in different states, and paste the pictures, stick the pictures in the chart, and information also. You have to write 2 or 3 lines about each harvest festival. Then you submit the chart to the teacher. It is a project given in the workbook. So harvest festival, you know, you have already learned about festivals, harvest festivals, isn't it? It occurs at time where the harvest season is there, isn't it? Yes. So throughout the year in different states of India have different harvest festival. Yes, they during this time they enjoy the festival with lot of fun, dance, song, flying kites, etc. Flying kite, which festival? It is Makar Sankranti, isn't it? Yes. Telangana celebrate this, then Karnataka celebrate this festival, then Holi is there, then Kerala celebrates a harvest festival called Onam. Then there are many festivals like that, harvest festival we say, Bihus, like that many festivals are celebrated by different states in India. Sankranti, Onam, then Holi, these are all harvest festivals celebrated by different states in India. So just collect the information about this harvest festival and stick the pictures, beautiful pictures, colorful pictures you get. Collect the pictures and stick it into the chart, in the chart. Then write information about each harvest festival and then submit neatly. Neatly you have to draw, you have to stick the pictures, write neatly, present it colorfully to your class teacher. Okay children, thank you.